To start with, in this brand new V2, you obviously have comprehensive site monitoring. So this powerful site monitoring feature allows you to effectively monitor all your various sites in bulk, as you can clearly see here. So adding sites is simple. You can add them directly from here, either from Search Console, so Google Search Console. You import them directly from your account or from Bing Webmaster. You can also, if your site is on WordPress, install the WordPress plugin, which will automatically add the site to the monitoring. As for monitoring, you will have majestic statistics, but also in addition, the indexing status, ping ongoing projects, which are of course related to content generation. And if you have connected your analytics accounts, Yandex, etc., you will be able to see the various statistics for your sites here like this. So here, for example, keywords, number of clicks, number of impressions, whether it's Gnews or Discover as well, of course, and everything related to impressions, Bing keywords. You can also get stats by site directly. So here you can see that the connections have been made with Google Search Console, Bing and Yandex. Here then we have a bit more detailed information about the sites. And of course always the stats, obviously the metrics of your site. In addition, here you have graphs that correspond to backlinks, keywords, indexed pages, clicks and impressions. You can also interact with these if you want to show or hide them here using the legends. Simply check what you want to display or not in order to make the graph clearer perhaps. The graph will be updated very soon since version 2 is currently being updated, so it's absolutely not finished yet. And so there are a lot of features that will be coming soon. Here is the list of keywords for both Bing and Google. Here you can obviously get more details simply by clicking on the keywords. There you go. As you can see here, I can get keyword specific details for the different positions and the keywords history in the SERP. It's quite interesting like this. To track your keywords, the AI assistant is also getting an update, whereas before there were several steps to work here. Now you'll be able to work directly within the same document. So of course there's a wizard here that lets you interact directly with the generated content, simply allowing you to generate texts, toolboxes, which lets you have interactive tools directly within your content. So this could be charts, comparison tables, infographics, simulators, etc. Amazon, which is making its debut in this V2. So here, for example, you can either automatically associate Amazon products, meaning based on the content, it will automatically fetch products that are related, or simply do it manually by searching for products yourself. So if here we have expatriate to the island, Mauritius, the complete guide to successfully settling in, I'm going to automatically generate Amazon products. And there you go. Here we end up with guides, so books to sell on Amazon. So here you can display it in grid view or you can put it in a list. You have settings like this on the Amazon interface. Amazon, which doesn't work with the API but instead works directly with the affiliate ID, which you will either enter during generation or directly from your automatic account. Here, for example, you can add an Amazon affiliate tag for each site. This allows you to manage multiple sites and multiple accounts, Amazon if needed, to generate your content, or at least for integrating it into your content. In terms of simplification, here you'll directly find the sites you want to work on, which will be linked obviously to the writers you have directly. So as you can see here, for example, you can select writers that you create beforehand directly on Automatic, and who will be directly linked with your authors, WordPress. So that's quite interesting. This will also allow you to optimize the writers and create real personas. We'll look at that in just a moment. Here, web data. So same thing here, web data. Automatic data, so directly from scraping. So we will download them directly from the query you requested, the Google SERP, and retrieve all the content, all the pages that are present in the Google SERP, and collect them to feed the data in order to properly write your content. You can, of course, you can add or only include the URLs you want to scrape directly. If you already have sources that seem relevant to your content, you can simply add them or only include the URLs that you requested. Content optimization, obviously, you will have a brief here that is generated. And so here as well, based on the data that was collected, it's very practical. You can either regenerate it, of course, or simply work directly within this input field. In real time, you obviously want to add documentation or something else. There's absolutely no problem here. As soon as you scrape your data, of course, we will automatically add entities here, named people, and also recurring keywords. You can also interact here either by adding to the list, of course, or by removing items. If you feel that certain keywords are not appropriate, you can remove them. These are keywords that will be used, of course, for generating your content in the assistant. You also have brands, of course, and the structure of the article. So here the structure is also generated automatically when you generate content based on a keyword. So here you can modify the structure. So as you can see, you have the entire page structure with H2, H3 and H4 headings. You can interact, you can regenerate the structures, and you can create them manually or automatically with AI. You have full control over this. And in terms of writing options here too, you'll find all the options like the introduction, a summary, a lead-in at the beginning of the article, and a brief that covers all the key points of the site. Do you want lists? Do you want tables? FAQ, so a new FAQ system here as well, which directly integrates org schemas, which are quite useful obviously for SEO purposes. Here you'll be able to interact and make requests. There you go, H2, H3, H4, description, etc. So that's pretty good, especially for steps in Google. It helps a little bit. Next, you'll obviously find the toolbox. So the toolbox is what I showed you just before, meaning the ability here. For example, there's a quiz that was generated right here, which works, of course. But of course, you can do plenty of other things. For example, here, you can press enter or simply click the little plus on the side, toolbox. And there you go, right here. If you want, for example, a simulator, you just click on simulator and you'll be able to integrate an interactive simulator directly into your content. So for example, here, a simulator has been generated, a simulator for ineligibility for the expatriation permit to Mauritius. So here, you just need to select and then enter your income, etc. So as you can see, there's a whole range of interactivity, of course, when it comes to images. Obviously, whether it's the featured image, of course, but also images within the content. So same thing here, you just need to go to images, then either generate an image automatically manually from a prompt if you want to control the prompt, or add an image. Here too, you can use Unsplash, Pexels and Pixabay. You just need to enter the API keys and you'll have access to royalty-free image libraries. Of course, videos as well. YouTube, so here too, either manually or automatically. So there you go, you have control over the content through the assistant. Of course, you'll also have the option here to choose your AI models. So you'll have access to all the OpenAI models from GPT-5 Mini Nano, GPT 4.1, GPT 4o, O3, O1, O1 Mini, then the Mistral models, the cloud models, Google's G Mini models, DeepSeek and Grok, as well as Olamek, which will be available very soon and will allow you to generate AI texts directly from your computer locally. It's the same for images. Here you'll find all the image models from OpenAI, Stable Diffusion, Flux, of course, as well as Grok and Gemini for now. So that gives you about 40 different versions currently available to generate your content. You'll also find an SEO monitor, which will be based on the content and the search intents that have been identified through scraping. So here, for example, it's Expatriate, Aline Maurice, the complete guide to a successful relocation. Request sent directly, so this is the query. Here we're looking at the title that will be sent directly, so you see expatriation. Il Maurice is the target query. It's going to be sent to Google, we'll retrieve the pages, and based on that, the analysis will be done on all the pages that are ranking for this query. And that's what the SEO monitor will be based on the intent, quite simply. So you'll get an overview, of course, but also the average number of media, all the averages like text length, for example, the number of words that have been analyzed, etc. So depending on what you do versus what the SERP contains, an average will be created like this, which will give you a score on the quality of your content. Of course, as for the assistant, you'll obviously be able to download the generated content in HTML. You'll be able to copy the prompt if you want to send it. To VibeCube tools like Lowable, Bolt or V0. And of course, if you have directly linked your site WordPress, you can publish it directly from the Automatic WordPress plugin. By selecting here an article or a page, etc. The status, the author. Here, you'll have control over the meta, description, the SEO title tag, which will allow you to differentiate if needed, and of course the tags, etc. In short, all the features you have on WordPress, and then simply publish to automatically post your article here as of now. Of course, if you need to schedule it, you can also, of course, set your sites to autopilot. So here, we've just seen the assistant part that generates the content you can control, but you also have the option to create autopilot projects. So that's quite interesting because it allows you right here on a site to come and from a keyword, an RSS feed, a Genius keyword for current events, a sitemap, a URL, or even directly from a YouTube video to generate content completely automatically. So here, for example, if I take a keyword here, I'll take an article, there you go. For the titles, you can choose the style, whether it's informational, commercial, or local, so local. This will actually allow you to generate, for example, queries with cities. That's pretty cool. Brands as well. If, for example, you have a topic and you check brand, it will directly look for the relevant brands, comparisons with versus brand 1 versus brand 2, for example, guides, etc. You can also manually add your own titles if you already have them, or lists of keywords. If you have large lists of keywords to generate titles, that's pretty nice. So informational, for example. Here, as you can see, this will allow you to create lots of posts that are scheduled simply at the generation stage. Similarly, you have full control over the content. You will choose your persona and you can give personalized instructions for that persona. Of course, you also have the templates. All the templates I showed you earlier for text and images, the options. Here, very simply, the length of the text. If needed, here are the writing styles. So you'll find a bit of what we have in the assistant, but in a slightly more optional way in order to properly manage this part. Bulk, of course, since here, these will be articles created on a set date, so naturally everything needs to be configured. Upstream, images within the content, etc. So you just have to set all that up. Amazon, of course, which is available in Autopilot mode. It will refer to the keywords to automatically find products that match the content you are going to offer, as well as external and internal links. Then obviously everything related to WordPress in terms of options. You can automatically attach content directly if you are working with articles, for example, directly to categories and generate tags, etc. It's pretty nice. Then you simply save everything and your projects will be created directly. So this way you can schedule hundreds of articles, for example, by setting one per day, etc. And then your posts will be published automatically like this on your sites, which allows you to put your sites completely on autopilot. Link building then, which basically allows you to generate link campaigns on your PBNs, for example. So if you have your PBN set to automatic, you just need to come here, add the link you want to backlink, and then check the sites, set up your content. And so from there, you'll do the same thing, schedule it like this, 1 per day, 3 per week, etc. The post will be published containing the link you requested with anchors that will be generated and so on. So here as well, not a major change compared to V1, just an optimization related to the content since the content has been improved. So here too, a pretty nice feature that will save you a lot of time. Expired domain names, a feature that was already present in the first version of Automatic. So here with a simple search, you'll be able to bring up expired domains in regfi, so just regfi. Domains that have a history, of course, and that have, so to speak, fallen back into the public domain and are available for purchase at their base price. Brand new. So here, every domain that appears is available since it is pinged directly for availability with the registrars. Obviously, everything is displayed, TF, CF, the number of referring domains, the number of indexed URLs, etc. Here you have a quick link to buy them from the registrar of your choice. And so this is updated every day, of course. So this allows you to find, especially for your PBNs, domains like these, some pretty nice ones in regfi. So for example, we're looking at an average of €10, $10 for .com domains, or even 7 for .fr domains, etc. So that's nice too. You can obviously sort by language, by TLD, meaning .fr, .com, etc. And by category, of course, which matches Majestic's categories. When it comes to API key management, you'll be able to directly manage your API keys, whether it's for OpenAI, Mistral, Anthropic, or even images with Flux, Ideogram, etc. directly from the Automatic interface and update them across all your sites. That means if you decide to change your key and you have 400 sites, you can simply come here, paste your new API key, and update all your sites at once just by clicking on Update. This will allow you to update them just like that, your keys on all your sites, which saves you from having to log into each site just to change the keys, obviously. Here's something new as well, this time regarding custom AI. So custom AI simply allows you to override, in fact, a prompt, let's say custom instructions from a master prompt on a per site basis. This way, if you have very specific requests for a site and you want them to be taken into account, upstream of all your content, even if there are custom instructions for the writers, etc., and so on, and you have a whole range of options, well, here for specific projects. You can of course override all of that with custom AI, and all of this is managed directly from Automatic Studio. So before it was done directly on the sites, but now you can manage it directly from Studio, which is very convenient. You select the site and then simply send it to from the WordPress plugin in order to set a custom instruction, master on each site according to the needs you might have for your sites. Same thing here with Amazon. You select your site on Amazon and then you simply come here and enter your affiliate information. Tidy? No need to enter an API key when set to automatic. We handle that on our end. You only need to enter your tidy affiliate, which could correspond to your website. So it will be linked to your website. And then, of course, the store. If you work in different languages and have different stores on Amazon, it's the same thing. You can select and link an affiliate ID to a store, which is actually quite convenient. So quite a few little new features and of course a much cleaner new UX. So the next part of V2 will be released, especially regarding monitoring. There are still a few updates coming that will fix a few things, particularly the graphs, which will be changed with a slightly nicer visual experience. Then, as recently announced, you'll have the marketplace here, which is coming soon. So basically, the marketplace will allow you to display some of your sites publicly, making them visible, of course, from the panel and from link building in particular. This will let users of Automatic see your sites and simply either buy links from you, buy the site if you're selling it, or even directly purchase the domain name. So this puts you directly in touch with other Automatic users and then allows you to get in contact that way. And so you'll also be able to display your site stats for each site in particular. So you'll have the option to display, for example, Search Console data, etc. So that's pretty cool and it's coming very, very, very soon. Next, there are image generators that are available directly in the plugin in a smaller version, but they will soon be coming here to Automatic Studio. So again, connected to your API keys, you'll be able to, for example, test out models before putting them directly into production on your articles or pages. You'll be able to test them here. AI videos are also coming, especially with VE3 and 1.2.5 via the APIs. That as well. And the AI social feature, which will allow you, and this is kind of the big part that's dependent on it. With images and videos, you'll simply be able to schedule posts on social networks. Pinterest team, even YouTube with video, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on. So scheduling by date, again, you'll be able to link them to your posts. It's pretty nice to be able to take a post you've generated, an article or a page, and share it with the AI social feature and then adapt it to each network, which is great, with image generation happening as well, etc. Or videos with the right hashtags, the right messages to convey, and then schedule it all. You can even add multiple accounts like Facebook. If you have several pages, that's no problem. If you have multiple Twitter accounts, that's fine too. You can manage multiple accounts. So we're also automating that part. Social media, which is also quite interesting since it's something that takes up a lot of time. And so here you can simply schedule all your posts months in advance and have everything go out while you focus on something else.